Fear is the path to the dark side.
All of you patriots of good character, good conscience, and noble ideals, we invite you to join us in our epic undertaking. Now, here are the aims for the United States. For the United States. A piecemeal surrender of the United States itself. A piecemeal surrender of the United States itself. There is a many-faceted drive at work to induce the gradual surrender of American sovereignty, piece by piece and step by step, to various international organizations, of which the United Nations is the outstanding but far from the only example. Greatly expanded government spending for every conceivable means of getting rid of ever larger sums of American money. Greatly expanded government spending as wastefully as possible. Greatly expanded government spending, an increasingly unbalanced budget. Greatly expanded government spending, wild inflation of our currency. Greatly expanded government spending, government controls of prices, wages, and materials. Greatly expanded government spending, greatly increased socialistic controls over every operation of our economy and every activity of our daily lives. Greatly increased socialistic control, greatly expanded government spending. This is to be accompanied naturally and automatically by a correspondingly huge increase in the size of our bureaucracy and in both the cost and reach of our domestic government. Greatly increased socialistic control, greatly expanded government spending. Far more centralization of power in Washington and the practical elimination of our state lines. Greatly increased socialistic control, greatly expanded government spending. The steady advance of federal aid to and control over our educational system. Greatly increased socialistic control, leading to complete federalization of our public education. Greatly increased socialistic control, a constant hammering into the American consciousness of the horror of modern warfare. Greatly increased socialistic control, the beauties and the absolute necessity of peace. Peace always on communist terms, of course. Greatly increased socialistic control, the consequent willingness of the American people to allow the steps of appeasement by our government, which amount to a piecemeal surrender of the rest of the free world and of the United States itself. So brush the insider's dust out of your eyes, my friend, and ask yourselves in all honesty, what on earth is wrong with the United States simply minding its own business, or with having its foreign policy function primarily for the safety and benefit of the American people, which is exactly what we had done for the first 140 years of our existence as a nation, to the incredible advantage of ourselves and everybody else. Everybody, that is, except a numerically small clique of power-lusting conspirators who had somehow inflicted themselves on a gullible world. The enormous thievery and other subversive crimes that have been perpetrated on the American people through a contrived inflation by every president from Franklin Roosevelt to restore the complete independence of the United States. This includes our resolution to get us out of the United Nations and get the United Nations out of the United States. We must once again make our money freely redeemable in gold at some realistic price. We should reduce the number of government bureaus, of government civilian employees, and the whole quantity of government by at least 50%. We should withdraw all American troops from every spot on earth that is not American soil, except when and where such troops may be required as decided by Congress to protect American lives and property from criminal vandalism. We should get government out of the areas and functions and activities where government does not belong.
Think about it. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.